All right, so Steve Francis of the Houston Rockets with an impressive start, and here is the man that this crowd wants to see. Vince Carter, who had told Kenny Smith that he has 4 dunks that no one has ever seen.
Hey, there's guys moving back on the sideline, NBA players, when he's coming. I don't understand this. This guy is making everybody move back, and he's going to take off on the free throw line at the beginning now. I'll just lose it right here. I lose it right now, Danny.
All right, here is Vince Carter with his first stop.
Let's go home. Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home.
Hey, that is a reverse 360 going against the grain. That is unbelievable.
This building just exploded.
That's called a gainer.
I'm expecting Kenny to say he double dribbled on that one.
Hey, my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Let's just sign the check over. Let's go home, call it a night. Let's see who's going for second place.
Vince Carter, 36 inches on the jump meter, and perfect on the scoreboard.
That might be one of the 4 we had not seen, ladies and gentlemen.
That might be number 1. that might be in your top 4 all time, Kenny.
Hey, Michael, move over. Somebody's coming to get your best dunk ever.
All right, Vince is with Cheryl.
Vince, I'm telling you, a lot of people thinking that might have been the best dunk ever. How'd you feel about it?
I feel good. I've done it about 2 or 3 times in my life before that, so I didn't practice. I just that was a winger. It felt good.
Hey, Vince, can it get any better than that?
I don't know. They're tough judges, but I have a couple of tricks on my sleeve.
All right. Is he back at the crate?
Well, Jerry Stackhouse, following a very tough act.
It's like coming up to bat after Babe Ruth or something. It's a tough one to do.
Yeah, that was a pretty good dunk, but now he's probably going to get 7s and 8s.
You can't, you said after Babe Ruth, it's like you can't come after Babe Ruth. You don't go singing after Michael Jackson. There's certain things you just don't do. And right there, he's got to have to get a lower score just on crowd approval alone.
He should have done the dunk while Vince was getting his interview, done the sneak quick one.
How about Vince Carter saying that he was winging it? Not bad for a guy winging it the first time out of the box.
29 inches on the jump meter there for Jerry Stackhouse.
And Jerry Stackhouse ends up with a 41.
Hey, Jerry, how tough was that act to follow?
You saw it. That was really tough to follow. Just try to, keep it going. Hopefully I can have a better dunk in the second round.
All right, we'll see what happens in the second round, Jerry. Thanks a lot. Mark?
All right, Cheryl, and Eddie Jones, the Charlotte Hornets teammate of second-year man Ricky Davis, who replaced the injured Antoine Jameson of the Warriors, who have re-aggravated a strained left knee, will go the final entrant for the first dunk of the competition.
Actually, they found the gym today so that Ricky could go over and work on finishing touches of his routine. And in this first round, you must use a teammate for at least one of the dunks. So he's using his teammate, Eddie Jones, right now.
Ricky Davis, as a rookie last year, excited crowds throughout the NBA with some extraordinary dunks. But all these guys are now following a very difficult act. Nicely done by Ricky Davis. But everything seems to pale after we see Vince Carter.
Anticlimactic after that. The whole place came down. What do you do next?
Hey, you know what, guys? I don't understand why all these guys have all these shooters being their passers. Where's David Wesley, Eric Snow? Where's these guys? These are the guys that give him the ball all night. He brings out Eddie Jones, who wants to take more shots than he does. I don't understand it.
What about Allen Iverson?
He's got Allen Iverson passing to him.
Larry Hughes.
He might pass it to the rim, Danny. He might shoot it.
So the tally on Ricky Davis is 40. look at the first round after the opening dunk. Vince Carter perfect with his 50, followed up by Tracy McGrady and Steve Francis. Back with much more, including Vince Carter's second dunk when we return. We welcome you back to the Bay Area, the site of the NBA All-Star Weekend. And what an opening for Vince Carter. And Jerry Stackhouse of the Detroit Pistons, Ricky Davis getting some help from teammate Eddie Jones. But people are still buzzing about last year's Rookie of the Year, Vince Carter. Vince Carter showing us perfection with the 50, 45 apiece for Tracy McGrady and Steve Francis. Back to the top of the lineup, Larry Hughes of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Larry's got to make sure that he finishes this dunk off so he has a chance in these last two dunks to advance.
Yes, he missed the shot in his first opportunity.
Hey, I've seen this somewhere before. I've seen this somewhere. This is a very difficult dunk, ladies and gentlemen. This is very difficult if you can catch it.
Now the judges have to rule whether or not he's allowed to do it one more time.
He gets one more time in my book, because once you don't touch the basketball, you get another one. But he's bouncing it too hard. He's bouncing the basketball too hard. You have to do it like a regular bounce pass, because the ball is your adrenaline flowing. The ball's going to hit the rim no matter what.
We asked Rod Thorne from the NBA this morning, how many opportunities do you get? And I guess they will give him an extra shot. The feeling was it would be 3.
You know, if it was baseball, he'd be gone. That's all I'm gonna say.
Strike 3, you're out.
He'd be gone if it was baseball.
All right, Larry Hughes taking a different direction to the dunk attempt. And once again, we'll see a string of 6s. Larry hearing it from the crowd as he lays it in.
I think Vince Carter's got everybody's brain a little bit, trying to do something maybe they can't do.
This is the minimum score. Larry Hughes once again with 6s across the board.
The sad thing is, Kenny, the 6 is the lowest score you can get now, so your 24 score like 4 years ago still stands.
Hey, I'll tell you how difficult that dunk was. See, that's why it made my top 10 dunks. Between the legs, off the glass, catching it, that's difficult.
Kenny, there's no need to sell this. We were all very impressed.
Okay.
But what they don't know, Marv, is the inside story. Mike, Vinny Del Negro taught him that dunk in Sacramento. I was there. I witnessed it.
Brian Shaw, I have to give pride. He was the first one to kind of show me it, and I put a little twist to it. But Brian Shaw, but Vinny could do it as well, but not as high.
Now this is teamwork, as Vince Carter will work with Tracy McGrady.
And I asked Vince, I said, what happens if Tracy throws you a bad pass, and what's going to happen? He said, you know what, Kenny? The best passes are bad passes on alley-oops.
All right, here's McGrady. Once again, able to windmill it home. Tracy McGrady with a couple of impressive dunks.
Kind of a low pass again, though, Kenny. Didn't get that ball up high enough. We haven't really seen what Tracy McGrady's capable of doing, as spectacular as that was.
Yeah, Vince Carter, not a passer. Where's Muggsy Bogues for this pass? But that's still impressive.
Impressive. His head is at the rim. Look at this.
You know, I've never had the pleasure of being up that high, knowing what it's like to be there. So,
see, he would have gotten a 10 out of me if I hadn't seen the Vince Carter dunk.
Oh,
Kenny.
He would have got, but it wasn't the same as the Vince Carter dunk. So that's the precedent. Vince has to come higher than that to get another 10 from me.
Well, 36-inch vertical leap. The other 4 judges going with 10s. Only Kenny Smith showing a 9.
It's that North Carolina tie right there. He doesn't want to give Tracy. That's bad judging.
No, he set the precedent what a 10 is. I don't know what it is.
So you're telling me that if Vince Carter doesn't do as good as that